Hello and welcome to Misfits and Monsters. I'm your scary neighbourhood dungeon master Aaron, and this week I've been mostly listening to 2 Minutes to Late Night's various pop and rock cover versions, including Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train by Chelsea Wolfe and Mutoid Man and the Dillinger Escape Plan, and amongst others. It's fucking wicked. So what have you guys been listening to this week? Tell us.
Is this still a test?
This is still a test, but it's a test that we can take part in. Go for it.
Let me just shift gears.
If you say the wrong band, you're going to get a fail.
Yeah.
It's the right band.
So yeah, I know. Haz, what have you been listening to? What have you discovered whilst quarantined?
You fucking sounds right on the spot. What have I been listening to? I've been listening to Code Orange.
Code Orange.
Anyone been to Code Orange? Yeah.
Nice.
Pat's into Code Orange.
It's
So I bought.
hardcore
I
slash
bought
death
some-
metal band, right?
Yeah. So I brought it off from a friend. So I've just been listening to a lot of their stuff. Pretty good.
Oh,
I like it.
that reminds me. The death/black/doom metal label Transcending Obscurity
Slash?
have just released their entire catalogue for pay what you want at the minute to help people throughout quarantine. So there's some really, really good stuff on there. Really, like if you're into death and doom metal, like but in particular, my favourite thing they've ever released is a mini album by Mind Cult, who are kind of like a shoegaze doom band. Which is very good. So I don't know, but yeah, Haz and Pat, you'll probably appreciate that more obviously than Cat or Mike. I know you guys like your rock and metal as well, but more so Haz and Pat. But yeah.
Right, well, okay.
Pat, what have you
What
been
have I
listening
been listening to this week? Two bands. First off, I've been going back and re-listening to Run the Jewels 1, 2, and 3 because 4 is coming out soon.
Yeah.
Soon. And the other band I've been listening to is called Zeke. They are an American speed
Zeke are great. Yeah.
slash hardcore band that's essentially like, imagine if, well, it's like the hardcore equivalent of Motorhead, where they have been around for 20 years and they've made the same album over and over again, and you're still not sick of it.
I haven't heard their name for such a long time.
Their track Goggle Boy is particularly good. That is a
Man.
really good song.
That's a deep cut.
They used to tour a lot with bands like New Bomb Turks,
That's it,
who are
yeah.
also an amazing,
Yeah.
like acid punk kind of hardcore group.
They dropped a new album like 2 years ago, right?
Say again, Pat.
You know Zeke dropped a new album 2 years ago, so...
No, I've lost touch with that band. So
To dig it up.
yeah, time to reinvestigate their catalogue. Mike, what have you been listening to? I'm sure it's Disney themed.
No, still just Katy Perry.
Is that by choice or under protest?
She likes to dance to Katy Perry, so
Oh, that's
it's
cute.
poppy and like
Fair enough.
It's very cute.
I heard a cover version, speaking of the 2 Minutes to Late Night group, they did a cover of Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball with the singer from Royal Thunder, and it gave me a new appreciation for that song, because otherwise I'm just like, no, not going in. But with her like lungs behind it, I was
Interesting.
affected. Yeah,
Interesting.
It works better as a hard rock song though. When you hear it, you're like, you should have recorded it like this. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
right.
Yeah, but anyway, that's in an ideal world, isn't it? Kat, what have you been listening to?
Surprisingly, not much this week because I've been in meetings pretty much all day, every day, doing my handover.
Oh,
But
no.
when I have been listening, I've been listening to a podcast called Guilty Feminist.
Oh,
Aren't we all, eh?
It's a comedy podcast, and it's really funny. I think the lady who runs it is Deborah Francis White. I don't know much about her. Like, I've only just started it. It's quite fun.
Cool. Guilty Feminist. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
What have you been listening to, Craig?
I've been listening to My Favourite Murder podcast, Real Crime Profile podcast, and the entirety of The Cure's back catalogue. because I'm a bright and happy person.
You missed with quarantine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Serial killers or nothing.
Craig was mourning his social life, having to have had excess amounts of work piled on him this week.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so last
Yeah.
session, we left it at a point where you had pretty much accomplished everything you'd set out to do with recruiting the various factions that you'd been tasked with to try and get on the side of defending Waterdeep from this apparent looming inevitable threat from gigantic monsters from another dimension that are going to level all of the civilizations of Faerun. Except for Calamari, who's gone missing, as is his wont. So the Zentrim haven't been recruited. But, so the last thing that was left to do was to try and locate the dragon Oranax, who's a denizen of Waterdeep, who reputedly inhabits a place called the Dragon Vault somewhere in the city, but no one really knows where it is. So you were kind of left with finding a way to discover where it might be.
So we'd requested a map of the Undermountain that Mort had previously...
Mert and
Mert.
Durnan.
Which might be useful or not at all.
Yeah.
I think we need to go to the Underdark.
Hey, Max, fuck off, Max. Max isn't even here, and he's already speaking through other people.
And
I'm possessed.
And we were told that certain keys or something that symbolises keys would be needed
Yep.
to get into the dragon's vault.
Yeah, that is
And they're
right.
like around the city, perhaps.
Yeah. Oh, he's put the
I mean,
laptop.
I've got to say, considering time is of the essence, we don't know when these things are going to show up. Like, this seems like a bit of a wild goose chase for a thing that may or may not be there and requires a lot of hoops to jump through.
Exactly.
Dragon.
Let's do it.
Impractical.
Well, you don't have to. It's always a choice not
You can't
to.
put this stuff in front of us and not expect us to take the bait.
Do we know if the
No,
dragon?
it is us. We don't always.
Mm.
True. Is it a chromatic dragon or is it?
Okay. Based on reputation and rumour, everybody roll a history check for me.
I've not rolled this
Let's
dice
see.
in a while.
Let's see how much I can tell you.
Ooh, 17. Straight
I think
up.
I'm pretty good at history. Oh, no.
I had 0 in history and I got 17.
Nice.
That won't last.
I've got 0 in history and I got 2.
I've got a ridiculous
Yeah.
amount in history, but I've rolled really badly.
Sif is completely ignorant about dragons, especially this dragon.
I only got 10.
I actually hearing about dragons. I've never heard of those creatures before.
What about you, Ezra? What did you get? Sorry, you got.
Sorry, I forgot to load up my character sheet. It's just loading.
What am I dragging? Is that
Yes.
the word?
So my modifier to history, which should get me a good score, my modifier is plus 11. But I rolled 4, so 15.
15's
that's
alright. 15's good.
So
not
Ezra, being as, what about you, Kayla? What did you get?
14.
14. Okay, so
Is dragon like when you're in drag and drag off when you're like civil? Or what?
Should speak to Camlin about that.
yeah. So Kayla and Ezra. Kayla more so based on what you've heard, like on your various adventures
I got 17.
and readings about Waterdeep, but Ezra from being a citizen of the City of Splendor.
Makes sense.
You know that the legendary dragon Oranax is actually a gold dragon, and is
Ooh.
also
Right.
like a defender of the city in times of crisis. That's by legend, and as reportedly was coaxed back to the city to guard its secret treasures as well as defend it by Lord Neverember when he was the open Lord of Waterdeep many years ago. But as to where the vault's location is, that's something that's not fixed. So Ezra, you would know this. You would know that it changes all the time. So finding it can be a challenge. So you need to find some way to pinpoint where its location would be. This time
Do I know that the treasures of Waterdeep, who they might belong to? Are they part of the city's treasury, or are they?
It's a hoard that was accrued by, I believe it was by Lord Neverend, but I could be misremembering this lore. But let's just go with that.
Because if it's been left to the city, then it's possible that the Open Lord might know.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, it was left to the city, but also it's kind of in the custody of the dragon. So it's sort of his, but it's sort of the city's as well, kind of thing. So yeah, you could ask the Open Lord if.
I think that's our best lead.
Good idea. Yeah.
Suggestion.
Okay.
Good idea.
Let's have some music in the background. Let's see how this.
So, does anyone remember Defenders of the Earth?
Yep.
Yeah.
Defenders
You
of
said
the
the
Earth.
word defending, and that like theme tune just came straight to my head.
Master of magic, spells and illusions. Enemies
Defenders
cower in
of the
fear
Earth.
and confusion.
Defenders.
I still love Defenders of the Earth. Especially Mandrake,
Yeah.
Master of Magic, Spells and Illusions. Okay. You know, there's like a whole archive of all those comic books, like Mandrake, Flash Gordon, the Phantom. Sorry, anyway, I'm going off on a fucking tangent there. Yeah, it's something I recently discovered, that you know that archive of really cool old comics is available for free to get. So anyway, so are you going to make your way back to Castle Ward, to the meeting room where you previously communicated with Laeral Silverhand?
Yeah, we're in the
I think so.
we're in the yawning portal, right?
You're in the Yawning Portal again. Yeah, because you reconvened there after
Yeah.
your separate
So
missions.
it's just literally round the
Yeah.
corner, right?
So did you not already go back to Castle Ward to tell her that yet?
But we should report back, like, which groups she can expect, and let
I thought
the
we were already
Hippo
there.
woman know who she needs to coordinate, but I've forgotten Hippo woman's name.
No, we did, because then we told them that there's a lot of money they've got to pay.
Oh, that's right. Especially Sif.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he promised a lot to.
Yeah.
Who is it you were speaking to? The Shadow Shard Shunners.
The sharks.
The sharpshooters.
And I didn't promise any of my money.
No.
This is not a me problem.
10,000 gold or
It's a me
something,
position.
wasn't it?
I just
Okay.
didn't want to get torn apart by were-rats.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh,
man,
yeah.
yeah.
Jesus, man.
Were rats.
But you could get bit by one and become like a half were orc.
That'd be cool.
Wow.
I was thinking about this the other
I'm
day.
already confused.
If there was some species of creatures that were like colory for some reason, and a fork decided to like
Oh, is
get
this a
related
silver
with
joke?
an orc, would that make it a half orc, half orc?
Oh no. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's terrible. Well done. Well done. You have outdone yourself there, Mike. That's the worst we've had yet. I love it. That is terribly brilliant.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that one.
That joke.
But the word "were" actually means man.
It does mean man.
So if Sif was bitten and contracted the lycanthrope
man-orc.
disease, not lycanthrope, therianthrope, sorry, because that's a broader general term for shape changes. Yeah, he would be a orc rat. It's a half orc
Orc
rat. So because I don't know what the
What did you
Germanic
call me?
for old Germanic for orc would be. Urk. Probably be Urk or some shit like that. Anyway, so you once again.
So why isn't he currently a were-orc?
Because he hasn't got lycanthropy, therianthropy.
Okay.
He isn't cursed with a
Straight
shapeshifting.
up, half.
Yeah, by blood and breeding, he is a half orc. Okay.
Basically, a different substance was passed between two people to make me.
Yeah.
Not the one you were expecting.
Yeah. So you're still in the castle ward in the meeting with the Open Lord Laeral Silverhand. So you could ask this question should you choose to.
Who's diplomatic?
I'm just gonna push Ezra forward, just gonna give him a little nudge, but
Are we in an audience with the Open Lord right now?
Yes.
Okay.
And the Black Staff.
Okay. And the who? Sorry.
The Black Staff.
Oh, the Black Staff.
WHEREIN, yeah.
And what about the Hippo lady?
She's
She
currently
elsewhere.
training and marshalling
Castlewood?
the forces that have been arrayed against this incoming threat. So she's down near the where was it?
Castlewood.
Yeah, it was a particular area, wasn't it? I can't remember. Anyway, wherever that is, that's where she is, and she's currently strategically placing people and instructing them how to go about the best defense against this giant monster.
It wasn't Castlewood, wasn't it?
It was in Castlewood, but I can't remember where. So yeah, that's that. So what do you want to do, Ezra?
Okay, so I will approach her, and with usual ceremony, as is appropriate for her prestigious position, my dear lord, as you will no doubt have been informed by your guards, many of the factions of Waterdeep are now arraying to your side to defend against this imminent threat. However, we do believe there is one ally whom we have not called upon, whose service would be invaluable in this fight, and that is the what's its name?
Oranax.
The great dragon Oranak. But there remains one problem in that we actually don't know how to contact Oranak. We understand that he is located in defense of the great horde of Waterdeep. We have no particular interest in the horde itself, but we do need to know his whereabouts. If you would know where we could locate him or a way to contact him, this would be an invaluable ally to our cause.
Okay, so she says, yes, you make an excellent point, and I do have the means of narrowing down where the Vault of Dragons currently is located, but unfortunately I cannot share the means by which I will gather this information. If you will excuse me, I will go and consult with this artifact and return as quickly as possible. So please just rest here a moment. I will be back shortly. And
in my head, she's going into a room, closing her eyes, spinning around on the spot and pointing.
So Voira
Suspicious.
Voira turns to you and she's like, she says to you, so far you have all done an excellent job of recruiting greater numbers against this threat. I just wanted to extend my gratitude towards your efforts, despite the cost. And she looks pointedly at Sif. I'm sure it will be worth it.
Let us hope it will be enough.
I would also, after this business is over, I would like to extend membership to perhaps the Grey Hands. Would you like to be a team of like a unit of Force Grey to defend the city?
Whoa.
Think on it. No need to answer now, and I will understand if you have other allegiances that would take priority over that. But we don't offer this lightly, so just take some time. And of course, Kayla and Boggart, you will be required to submit your applications to the Magisters after this is over as well.
What perks do we
We cannot
get?
have any unlawful use of magic persisting within the city. Sorry, what was that?
What perks do we get for being grey?
There are a number of advantages to it, but I will give you the information later. And
Okay.
for the moment, just know that you will be an extension of Waterdeep's power and prestige throughout the realms, and your standing and authority cannot be questioned if you represent myself and the Grey Hands as a unit of Force Grey.
Ooh.
That sounds advantageous.
Yes,
We will think on this.
you'll often find it is.
Sounds exploitable.
Sounds like we work. We're a private military for hire.
So
Sounds like a very honourable cause.
yeah, she's like, it can be, but you will obviously have certain obligations to the city that you must obey when required.
We do find ourselves in a variety of other situations, and those obligations may prove troublesome.
Well, this is why I offer you the choice. Rather than merely conscripting you can choose to join or not, and then you no longer have conflict of interest. But anyway, here comes the Open Lord, and Laeral comes back into the room, and she says, I have narrowed it down to a singular location within the city, and currently, at this time of year, it resides in the... and she consults a note on her that she's written. Unfortunately, I'm not as quick at consulting my note as the Open Lord is. Where is it?
This time of year, she said.
Yeah.
She's revealing that it seems to change
With the seasons. Yeah.
seasonally or something like that.
Interesting.
And that she seems to be able to read it out of a book.
She's like, it's currently...
For not telling us how she was divine this, she's not keeping it very secret.
It is currently located
You know,
beneath...
downstairs Google Maps printout.
It's a print screen.
This fucking camera.
It is currently located underneath a theatre by the name of the Pink Flumph, which is run by a female Tetherian called Iocaste Daliano, who is a selfish middle-aged widow with no great love of theatre, who is merely running the institution so she can rub shoulders with the city's elite. So I would be wary of dealing with her should you be unfortunate enough to encounter them there.
Iocaste... What was the second name?
Iocaste Daliano.
Whereabouts is the theatre?
And the theatre is actually located within... yeah, good question.
What was the name of it?
The Pink Flump.
Pink Flump.
Do you want me to look it up? I can look it up for you, Aaron.
It must be in the northern districts.
I think it's in Castleward.
Oh, is it?
Flump. Flump?
Yeah, it's in Castleward.
Yeah. So it's very close by, so it shouldn't take long for you to get there. And it appears to be in one of the 7 or 8 dressing rooms that the establishment currently has. You will have to find it yourselves once you're there. It might take a bit of investigation, but that's the best I can do for you at this time.
I found it.
Well, that seems pretty precise, so...
Well,
Thank you.
will we be able to just go in? Will this person give us any trouble?
I doubt they will give you trouble, especially if you're acting on my orders.
Uh-huh.
But,
Will they be missed?
they are not to be trusted. Please avoid any unnecessary violence. They are, they are a well-known institute and provide a necessary distraction for a lot of the people of the city. So, should anything happen to the place that would cause it to be shut down or destroyed, it would be a great loss. It has cultural and historical value to a lot of us.
Do you have any suggestions for how we might deal with the Gold Dragon? Have you had any personal dealings with him yourself?
I have not. The last Lord of Waterdeep to have any dealings with the Gold Dragon was Lord Neverember before he was exiled. And many of his schemes and deals and foundations that he put in place have not been transferred to me wholly. I am still working my way through a lot of these, and this is one of them. So this is an opportune moment for you to extend my my friendship to Orinax, directly.
Okay.
I don't believe there's
we
any
are
better.
honoured that you would trust us as your emissary.
Well,
Do you think you
Try
tell
not to
every
fuck it up.
band of adventurers not to blow up a building, or is it just us?
well, your reputation doesn't come from blowing up buildings. It's more in unleashing gigantic creatures that indirectly demolish them. And considering that you no longer have gigantic creatures in your possession, I'm confident that you can avoid that this time.
Sure.
One should hope.
Yes.
But usually it's not
Ironically,
our
it's
hands.
the fact that we're talking to a gigantic creature this time around.
Could
Good point.
do you think there was some written something to present to them? 'Cause
Oh, yes, an order or a writ.
That's
I will be happy
Yes.
to do that. Yes, bear with me. And she quickly writes down like a.
you don't think to ask last time.
You're very smart, Kayla.
So she produces a piece of parchment, writes on it, and does her magical seal upon the bottom of it. That's like that bears her mark, and hands it to you. And
Brilliant.
it basically says, to who this may concern, this is to confirm that the adventuring party, the Misfits, are acting upon the orders of the Open Lord of Waterdeep, Laeral Silverhand, and your cooperation is both expected and appreciated.
Oh,
And she signs it. So you now have like a legal sort of order or writ or whatever
Nice.
to produce to
Nice.
aid you in convincing people. So make a note of that somewhere.
yeah, I'm right with that.
It only took us till now.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have one smart person in the group who remembers shit.
Okay, so anything else?
Do we need to? Is there anything we need to tell them about? We've told them.
Got everything. We might as well just head out and try
Yeah,
to shut this dragon up.
yeah. Let's do it. It's just step 2.
Okay. So
I nominate Ezra to go and to do all the talking part.
If I was Ganna right now, I'd be thinking, we're finding out the location of this gold hoard and ensuring that the dragon will be away from it for a large period of time.
yeah, but you're not Ganna, you're Ezra. Ganna, who knows where Ganna is at the minute? For anybody listening or who doesn't remember, Ganna is Mike's previous pirate dwarf character who was a champion of Umberley. So, were you with us, Haz, when Mike was playing that character? You were, weren't you? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, so you make your way to the Pink Flump, and it's still open for business. It's lit by lanterns on the outside, strategically placed so that the sign and writing of the sign are always well illuminated and visible from a distance. So you can make your way inside the lobby without issue. No one forces you to stop or holds you up. And the interior is plushly decorated with red carpet and ornate gold-flecked wallpaper. And on display there are several painted wooden mannequins dressed in fancy costumes, each one representing a persona from a famous play. So what do you do once you're in there?
Can we see any of the actors or thespians or whoever might be performing?
Mummers.
Not at the minute.
Mummers.
Other than the ticket sellers sitting behind the ticket booths. There's ticket booths basically like a cubicle. Was one on the left and one on the right of the lobbies. What would you call it? A antechamber, but that's it. It seems pretty empty at the moment.
So I'll say to the group, I see 2 ways to the dressing rooms. Either we sneak in, we pretend to be actors, perhaps using magical illusions to trick whoever might be. I don't think they'll be guarded though.
Doubt it.
I'm not very good at acting.
Maybe we best make you invisible then.
What if we just tell them we're here for the thing? And
So
tell them to get out of the way.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. If we need to get to the changing rooms, maybe the easiest way to do that would to be invited into someone's changing room. Perhaps someone with a silver tongue could get us access.
Who are you looking at when you say
because
that?
I'll be honest with you, the pink flump sounds a bit naughty, doesn't it?
I've got one of
You
them.
want one of the characters in this group to seduce.
Okay, I'll do it.
Access to a changing room.
Yeah, I vote for Cray.
Can I cast a major image on Cray Cray and make him appear like a very handsome man?
Yeah, a very tall, very broad, handsome man.
And nothing changes.
Slightly pinker skin than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wearing a beautiful pink silk shirt.
Well, what precisely does he look
And
like?
those like high-waisted pants, so like the Witcher has.
So he
No,
looks
there's,
like
high-waisted
Henry
silk
Cavill.
shirt.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's a Henry Cavill
Yeah.
with a pink shirt on.
All right.
Born to your witcher.
Although, what are we going to do about his voice?
Well, a beautiful voice.
What's wrong with this voice?
My mum gave me this voice.
Handsome man, stupid ass voice.
You know, I mean, it's a deep, seductive voice.
This I am looking
Just
forward
speak.
to.
It's soothing voice, my mum said.
Okay, so how are you going to proceed? There's two people in either of the two booths on the left and right side of this lobby. There's stairs beside each of the booths leading up into an area beyond what you assume is where the auditorium will be located, because it's a theatre. So
Actually, can anyone else do this illusion?
What major image?
I can't. No, sorry.
What was the major image? What
I'm
level?
using major image.
It's not fire, so I can't do it.
You can change someone's face with fire.
yeah,
Yeah.
just melt their
That's not
face.
temporary.
It's a bit more permanent.
I'm bacon.
I don't have major image, but I do have polymorph.
And this sounds
bacon.
Terrasques beasts. I don't think that'll help.
Mm.
No? Okay, no worries. I was going to try and cast Enhance Ability to make us all have advantage on charisma checks.
I do have major image level 3 create, yeah.
Oh, great.
So, yeah.
Do you want
Couldn't
to...
find it.
perhaps you can take over this illusion.
Yes, illusions are my specialty. And,
Wonderful. I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on... Fuck it, let's do... How many of us are there? 5 of us. What spell does that need to be? That would have to be very high. Which 3 of us should do the talking?
I'm saying nothing. Up to you.
I will give Enhance Ability on myself, on
My charisma is
Ray,
pretty low.
and who else is likely to need to talk?
I'm just good at punching things.
You're a point man. You're a
You're the goods.
incubus, I guess.
Oh god.
I feel so used.
You can do it on me if you want.
Alright, and Kayla, so we all have advantage on charisma checks. So
Charisma checks. Jesus.
called
Okay.
equals splendor. So you're pretty splendid right now, Cray Cray.
Oh.
I feel splendid.
You're. I mean, I imagine you're kind of like Shrek in that movie where he gets turned into a human for a while.
It's exactly that.
I've not
I've
not seen that play. This is my
I'll take
first
you to see it
time.
sometime, Craig. You'd enjoy it.
Is
Wait.
there a mirror nearby? So like Craig can have a look at himself.
A reflective surface.
There's probably like a
Puddle.
like mirrored glass on the wall somewhere so that people can
But he's not
admire
going to think that
themselves.
he's handsome because, like,
He's
he's
a
a
bug.
different
It's not.
species.
Yeah.
I look all weak.
We're also assuming the species of whoever's going to be in those rooms.
That's a good point.
Oh my god, have I
And
still got my
gender
tooth?
preference.
You just my species?
Will I still have my silver tooth of chaos?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, but it will probably be. It will either be just a normal tooth,
Yeah,
or it
just
will be like a
like
dazzling human,
like a cap.
human
Yeah.
incisor.
Oh, I look all weak and human. Why have you done this to me?
What are you talking about? It's a work of art I've created.
Oh,
You're pretty hot.
these trousers are too high.
They make your arse look amazing.
You can see my
You remind me of a
lunchbox.
man I've seen. You remind me of a man I've seen once. I think his name was Peter. Peter Steele.
Peter Steele.
Oh,
For anyone that doesn't know,
was he made of metal?
that is the singer and bass player of the
Type.
popular rock music group Type O Negative.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
You know his naked picture he's got
Ugh.
beautiful face.
Okay, so how are you proceeding? Tell me, what's happening?
Who do I punch?
Well, so are we in the we're still in the lobby, right?
Yeah.
With two options.
Okay.
Ticket person or. Well, I guess that's it actually, isn't it? We're not getting past ticket person, are we?
How high is your charisma right now?
Mine.
Yeah.
I have 12 charisma.
But you'll have advantage on charisma checks.
Okay.
So, if you want
So
to
you
do
could
it.
you could try to black
persuasion
your way
or
into the place without paying.
You can
So,
pretend you're
what-
an
what-
actor.
You
pretend
can
you're an
pretend
actor.
you're an actor, or you pretend you're meeting one
You can
lovers.
tell you're an actor from a different country, so you don't speak the local language so well.
Did you say there were paintings of performances?
There are mannequins, and there are also
Or maybe
like
you want to.
painted like vellum or parchment, like that are hanging
Of the performers in their
of the plays that are currently being
Right, okay.
exhibited at
What
this
what
theatre.
plays are currently
And-
being exhibited?
At the minute, there
Oh, is there a play? Oh.
where is it?
You could always go
Shrek
for
the musical.
you could be the partner or
Kinky
something
Boots.
of one of the actors.
Is
Other than,
Hamilton on?
other than Kinky Boots and Shrek the musical, there is Meet the Goodberries and Kiss of the Lamia.
Meet
and
the
they're-
Oh.
And looking at the poster and what it details, it says a comical glimpse into the travails of a large halfling family engaged in illicit criminal activity, and it's like it's written in like very like jocular and playful calligraphy, and the other one is a tragic play about an evil Mulhorandi prince who is banished to a desert, charmed by a lamia, and sent back with powerful magic items to conquer his homeland in her name. And that one's a little bit more.
I think you should be the partner of one of the halfling actors.
Right,
Or maybe you want to
6
audition.
times her size.
we just make it work.
Auditions might not be open now though.
True.
You might just be able to
We
come
do
back.
also have this writ, but
Psh, this is way more fun.
we'll use that. We'll use that if it goes wrong.
Gregory goes first.
So what are you doing?
So it's just a ticket booth. There's no other people.
There's 2 ticket booths. There's nobody currently in the lorry except for the staff that are in the booth.
Unless we want to try and find a back door,
Oh, like a stage entrance.
like a
That's
stage
it.
entrance.
Stage left even.
Is there an alleyway?
There's alleyways behind the theatre. Yeah.
Should we try that?
Up to you
I'm
guys.
just imagining that your walk has also changed now that you're carried.
I could also,
Like,
I could
tight
just pop
pants
out
on,
and
but
stick
you
my head
like-
around the corner. See what the
I'm just
situation is.
picturing Johnny Bravo or something like that.
Oh my god. Yeah, let's have a look down the stage, the back entrance.
Okay. So as you make your way back out of the pink flump, which way are you going? There's an alley to the right and there's an alley to the left. So which side are you choosing to?
Left.
You're going left. So you make your way down and out around an annex building that sits directly on the side wall, left-hand side wall of the theatre, make your way around that, curve around, and you see that directly in front of you, right next to this annex building, there's a door directly in front of you down the alley, but there's also another door further down the alleyway, about maybe like 40, 50 feet away. So there's a door directly in front of you, or a second door 50 feet away on the side wall of the theatre.
Which door?
If you take this door, I'll just go quickly run and have a look at that door.
Okay.
Guys, there's a door in the way. What are we gonna do?
It's game over, man.
There's a door! Oh, guys.
Is there a keyhole?
We should just give up now.
I'll use my skeleton
I mean-
key.
Do we just try the door?
Like we've been in this situation before. What did we do then?
I've got a skeleton key.
So, what do you do? Are you opening that door that's
Yeah.
directly in front of
Panic.
you?
Yeah.
So you open the door, and are you being stealthy about this? What are you doing?
Yeah.
So do a stealth check for me.
Oh shit.
Are we hanging back?
I guess so.
So that's 17.
17. Okay. And as you creak the door open after successfully unlocking it with a skeleton key, which offers no resistance to that particular device, you see there's a short set of steps leading up up a short like antechamber out into the larger area of the auditorium of the theatre, and you are now like peering over the shoulder of an usher that's standing there in the aisle, like you know, on duty, in front of like rows and rows of seats, not all currently occupied, but there's a fair few people, and they're watching a performance.
It's a fire exit.
Yeah, you should close that door.
I'll try and stealthily close the door.
Okay, do another check.
Oh, that's even better. So 12 plus 18, 20, non-natural.
Yeah, you do it without incident.
Oh.
So that beat the usher's perception. So yeah, you did it.
Not
so
this door.
what? On to the next one.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
run after Bramble.
Okay.
Why don't you
So-
put your ear against it first?
Yeah, I think
That's how humans
what we're
run.
gonna do.
What is Cray affecting human?
Yeah.
So he looks like a child that hasn't learnt to walk or run properly yet.
My arms are all floppy.
Well, he hasn't got a tail.
You,
I mean, he has got a tail.
Gonna have to
Looks
work on
like
that.
he's got a tail.
Just falling on his face constantly.
How do you
Okay.
make this work?
So now what are you doing?
I think Bramble's gone ahead.
Oh, Bramble, have you gone ahead to the other door?
Yeah, I was gonna go ahead to the door now.
Okay, tell me what's happening then.
Is there a keyhole or anything? I can.
Yep, there's a keyhole.
I'm gonna look through the keyhole.
Okay, you look through the keyhole, and through the keyhole you see a very brightly lit long passageway with multiple doors on the left-hand side, and then another row of doors at longer intervals on the right. And there's currently a number of actors donning costumes and wigs and makeup, clearly in preparation for another production that's going to be on after the current one has ended. And it's basically a buzz with activity, like people coming in and out of doors and speaking to people and ferrying props and other artifacts to and fro.
You know what actors get? They get gifts all the while, don't they? We could all have gifts. Take to the
Maybe
dressing room.
you're the gift.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe.
it's like when you call it like at Christmas, you can get like dancing elves to come and dance for you, boss.
Oh, right. I thought you meant they'd bought a sex worker then.
Instagram.
No, but like it's.
I'm
yeah,
here to fuck you.
Gross.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. But
So
yeah,
I'm
but
It's a good thing.
You're gonna need a different costume.
I'll tell Russ quickly. I'll be like, you'd fit more in through this door, I think. Rather than give it a go.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, we could all have gifts, like illusions of gifts or something, as if we're taking them to the, because it's a dressing room, right?
Maybe we're sneaking in to get autographs.
Also,
All
the fact
that.
that like most of us are dressed reasonably, like, you know,
In adventurous gear, I assume.
They probably think we're also actors. They're like, oh, you're probably playing a bit part in a role.
It's not a bad.
Yeah, we're the heroes.
Yeah. We could try any of these things.
Okay, well, what are you doing? Specify. Tell me.
What's
I guess we're all in a huddle in the alley, just like, oh, we can do this, or we can do this.
What's everyone's preference?
I'm just gonna go and sneak through that door. I'm just gonna.
Bramble's just going for it.
Okay, so are you
Yeah, but we
attempting
need a
to...
cohesive.
Are you going to attempt to unlock this door then?
As stealthily as possible.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
check it out.
first do a dexterity check to see if you can... Now, do you have any proficiency with thieves' tools?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, do a sleight of hand check then for me.
16?
Oh, that's good. Yep, so you managed to unlock this despite not having much experience. You jiggle various implements around in the keyhole and click it open. Now do a stealth check to see if you can avoid being seen sneaking into the passageway.
15.
15. Is everyone else following Bramble, or are you waiting for him to scout ahead? What are you doing?
I'm gonna hang back.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him scout ahead.
I'm quite stealthy.
I am also quite stealthy.
In your current state?
But I'm really
not
bad.
stealthy whatsoever. I'm just going for it. I'm just thinking about Bramble, just thinking about this dragon, and how everything's gonna blow up.
He's a man of action. He's a man of
Are
action.
you going to sneak in as well then, Sith?
Is Sif really necessary in there? No, but that'll be more interesting if I fuck it up. So yeah, I sneak in after him.
Okay, stealth check then, please.
I'll go in. I rolled a 19.
Okay.
As I go by, I pick up some dead flowers out of the trash.
They're beautiful.
They're like half decayed,
Yep.
missing leaves, flies buzzing around them. So what did you get, Sif, for your check?
16.
Okay.
First one of the
Okay, so you're all good. So you guys enter without being noticed and start like edging your way down the passageway amidst like these busying actors and stage hands and what have you, and none of them pay you any real mind. Like they just don't notice that you're interlopers in their normal circumstances at the moment. So what do you want to do? There is a door immediately on your left as you've entered. You had to go up another short flight of steps through a narrow and antechamber, and you're now in the corridor. And there's a door on your right and a door on your left.
Okay, so how far away are we from this room we have to be in?
Well, you don't know
You don't know
which
which one it
you don't know
is.
which of the dressing rooms it is.
I'm just gonna like take off my coat and my hat, and one of the workers passing by, I'm just gonna quickly ask like, "What? Somebody told me to put these in the other dressing room. What way is it?"
Where are the dressing rooms?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like pretend like take off my coat and hat. Like,
So
"What
they're
happens to the
like,
dressing room? When do I have to take it?"
What dressing room? Are you? Is this costume for the next performance?
Yes, it will.
What
Just
character?
put it away. I don't know. I've just been.
Remember-
They want me back.
We did read what the
play.
Yeah, but I don't
The
think.
musical!
we
Shrek the
read the
musical!
plays.
Yeah.
Shrek the musical!
Shrek the musical.
Shrek
Yeah,
I was
outfit
thinking
for
about
second lobster.
It's the Lamia one.
that. Kiss the Lamia. Yeah.
But which character is it for? I can direct you to the correct dressing room then, if you can tell me.
I don't know. I didn't pay.
One of the halflings, I don't know.
There are no halflings in Kiss of the Lamia.
The lead.
You obviously haven't
Not
read
in
the
the room.
script, have you?
Yeah.
I know it.
It's,
Now
for,
I'm getting confused.
it's for the lead.
The lead. Oh, the Mulhorandi Prince.
Ah,
No,
yeah.
actually, that's what they said.
Very very well. Okay, that would be dressing room 3. That's currently where Yaliek is getting changed for the performance. So if you just quickly like to deliver those to her, remember to knock. If you don't knock, she'll be very angry indeed. Now I really must get this to the other cast. Like I say, dressing room free. Is that what I said?
Yeah,
I've
yeah, you did.
I've already
Yeah, you
forgotten.
Just remove free.
Remember, don't look her in the eye, be polite, and knock, okay? So, right, I must get on. And they disappear, like, into another dressing room.
Where is she point, sorry?
She's pointing further down the passageway
Oh,
to dressing room 3.
Okay.
Oh, we know the location. Shall we tell the others?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Like, do you even know if this is the right one?
Just
we
the
don't.
lead's dressing room is the right dressing
We
room.
can assume that there's maybe multiple dressing rooms.
Yeah.
But they might all
We
be
knew
together.
that there's multiple dressing rooms in
Well, should
7 or 8
Yeah.
dressing rooms, we've been told.
we check this
Yeah.
one first and then report back to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, alright then.
To make a decision.
Let's
Should
check
we
it
split
out.
up?
We could do.
Yeah, we could split up, yeah.
Okay.
It's funny because I've been watching Agent Carter the 2nd season and like going in to see like actresses and stuff. I'm like, oh, she's gonna mess you up, guys. There's a character in that who's an actress. She's pretty messed up.
So who wants to take the lead?
Well, you could take the lead because I'm carrying your illusion.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you're the grand prize here.
So I'll usher you. That's it. Like, you know.
Okay, I've got this gift as well. It's great.
We're just your wingman.
Everyone likes flowers.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I go to dressing room 3 and I
Okay.
knock. Knock.
She says, "Enter."
Is it open? Yeah.
You can open the door
Okay,
if you want
open
to.
it.
Here we go.
And she turns to see you and she's like, "Oh my, you are a big one. What is that I can help you with?"
I turn to Bramble.
Fuck.
She's like, "Are they for me?" And she points at
Yes,
the
yes.
disheveled,
Fun.
like wilting, fly buzzing set. She's like, "I think these are a bit off, but I appreciate the sentiment. I won't put them in water." And she just drops them straight into a bin right next to her
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
her makeup. I've forgotten the
Oh,
name. I've
that's
forgotten the
right.
name of what makeup things are called in backstage.
What?
What?
Vanity. A vanity.
Vanity.
A vanity
Mirror.
mirror?
Yeah.
Like, so she plays the prince, you said?
Yeah.
Right.
And you can see that she's like she's starting to apply like actually like Prince taff cap.
Yeah.
She's got like she's smearing like some kind of dark makeup on her lower jaw to affect like stubble, and
Right.
then she's drawn a pencil thin mustache above her lip and made her eyebrows more thicker and more severe, and her hair is in a net.
You make a very convincing man.
It has been said, yes. This is why I get all of the choice male lead roles. What?
Sorry. So whilst Cray Cray is distracting the lady, I guess me and House should look for the for any signs of this entrance, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is my entourage.
Oh, you have an entourage as well. Are you also an actor?
Oh yes, do not recognize me.
No, should I? Who are you?
I am Cray.
Cray. No, this name is not familiar to me. Have you been in many productions in the city?
Not in this city, no.
Where do you hail from?
Oh, from the north.
All right, that is vague, but if you do not wish to say, I understand. We all have our secrets.
What's the old?
I am myself
Neverwinter.
am reticent to reveal where I am really from.
I'm
But
from I'm from Neverwinter, you know.
Oh, well, Neverwinter. Okay, well, but it's not that far north. It's
I
more
barely get down the
northeastern.
south.
I myself am from Rashemi, and it is not always best to reveal that to people in this part of the world. But I get to play leading men. Thank you to my robust ethnicity.
Yes.
do a charisma persuasion check just to see if she's even buying your bullshit.
Is that?
Remember, you got advantage, I think.
Oh shit! Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you do.
So it's 13.
What I was going to say, Aaron,
Yeah.
real quick, what I was going to try and do was, Bravo was going to like pretend to like bend over and tie his shoelace or something and use like true sight to just like scan around the room for any obvious signs.
Okay. Yep.
Is it deception or is it what is it?
Well, what are you trying to deceive? I suppose you are.
Oh, deception, isn't it? Yeah.
Deception.
Oh,
What's
17.
happening? Once those guys are doing that, Sif is just kind of casually hanging around the entrance, kind of just looking, making sure no one's paying too much attention to what's going on in this room.
Okay. I'm just trying to find. Here we go.
17. Sorry.
17. So she seems quite taken by your strange and incongruous voice with your like masculine, clearly human outer appearance.
I flash him my smile.
She's like, your accent is very strange, and the timbre of your voice is also very strange. Are you not from somewhere more like Anorok? You say you are from the north, but are you originally from Anorok? I hear an Anorokian accent in
Oh,
your...
yeah, you got me, yeah.
Wow, that's such a
You're
troubled
very-
place.
Very astute.
Yes. Bramble, so true sight, you say you're doing.
Oh shit! Yeah, I am from there.
You can't see from just from like the surface examination of this area anything that stands out as
A hidden entrance.
not what it should be, but you could try a wisdom perception check if you wanted to.
Yep. Cool.
Can I also do that?
Yep, go
Wisdom
for it.
or perception?
Wisdom perception.
Oh, it's a thing.
You could also ask her if she's seen anything.
So what
That's
is?
22.
22. What
Damn.
did you get, Sif?
Nice.
You got 18.
Wow, they're both good. But Sif, unfortunately, glancing around as trying to be as inconspicuous as possible. You don't see anything that would indicate a concealed entrance to anywhere. However, Bramble, you see that there is a raised area of the floor in the rough middle of the carpet that looks as if it's square shaped and like slightly raised above the rest of the level of the floor beneath the carpeting. So it has the rough shape of like a trapdoor to your.
I'm gonna like turn around to Sif and I'm just gonna be like.
So
So
go
do
on.
I understand what he means?
I don't know. Do you want to roll for that to see if you understand this silent?
Yeah, I'm gonna
communication?
roll a perception to actually see
Okay.
if I can understand what he means.
Yeah. No, do insight. What do you get?
20.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
so Sif, you're familiar with thieves' cant and sign language for the sake of this fucking situation. So yeah, you perfectly understand what Bramble has tried to infer to you via gesture and nods and winks and other silent communiques.
Are you guys getting a bit of
Yeah,
robot
I'm
in
getting a
there?
bit roboty there.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Your internet died.
Oh
Well,
man!
not that well.
No, we're still good on this end. We didn't lose a single thing there from any of you.
That was weird.
You
Yeah,
guys-
You're really just
Aaron-
about robotic. Yeah.
yeah,
We're
Aaron,
still
you don't-
roboting now.
A little bit, yeah.
A little.
Weird.
Just
I don't know why.
Everything's nice here.
Yeah, I was gonna say you are all perfectly clear. We can see you all. It's wonderful.
yeah, you've been great.
You're auto-tuning right now.
Yeah.
Two trains.
Why? I don't want to be Cher.
I can't hug every cat.
Shall I start singing Cher? If you believe in love, Did
Oh
that,
no.
Was that auto tuning?
Actually, your video's just gone.
My videos.
Yeah, mine. Your video's just gone.
Shitting
You gotta
biscuits.
go upstairs and stop all the porn torrents until we finish.
It's It's probably more likely that Mark, our housemate, is rinsing Breaking Bad on Netflix, and that's probably what's conflicting with our internet.
Might
signal.
be.
Are we still roboting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus wept.
We can like understand you.
We can
It's
understand. Yeah.
rather hilarious.
Why has it just suddenly started doing that though?
I don't know. We could.
It's weird.
What's weird is Craig's fine. It's just Aaron.
No, I think Craig's fine too.
I am a robot. Hello, everybody.
Craig's video is fine.
Craig's video is fine.
That's weird.
Currently, Craig's audio is fine. What's Aaron?
How do I sound?
You both have the same input.
Oh, you're okay now.
I'm okay now.
So strange.
I've quit a few of the other apps that were running in the background, see if that helps with some of the
Yeah, that's
processing
better.
power.
Okay, so start with what you were saying just after about the 20.
Okay, so
You understand what has means?
yeah, you perfectly understand what Bramble was inferring to you via silent communique, via gestures and expressions, nods and winks and sign language, whatever. You get it.
Okay,
Now,
so I dip out the door and do the same to because I assume like the door to the outside is in a straight line from us, so like Kayla or Ezra can see me.
if you step out of the dressing room and look down the corridor to your left, yes, you can see the open door with the others. Well, no, it's down a flight of stairs, so you can't actually see out towards them. They'd have to climb up the steps to see you.
Okay, right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give Bramble a nod and then just leave to inform the other guys and let you investigate further.
Okay.
So I'm trying to look as inconspicuous as possible in gathering the party.
Okay, so you're going back to them. Right, so Bramble, the woman, the actor, Yaliek, as she was introduced to you by the stagehand, she turns to you and she's like, was there anything else? I mean, you have not introduced yourself, stranger. Who might you be?
Oh, he's here for an autograph.
Oh, well, of course will be my pleasure to oblige. What would you like signed? I don't do organs, please. Just to know that in advance.
I laugh. I hesitantly laugh.
Let's switch gears, man.
So I'm gonna pull out my little investigate, like my notebook. I'm just gonna be like, oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
adult detective.
exactly my detective notebook. I just scrummage to a page that's empty and be like,
Right. And who shall I make? Who shall I make this out to? Your name, please. What inscription would you like?
probably put it out to the Misfits.
The Misfits. All right, I can do that. That name is familiar to me. Is there not a quite a notorious adventuring party by that moniker?
They are actually. They're big fans.
Are you are friends with these people?
I'm well acquainted.
Well, perhaps you could convey a message from me to them. Here, I will write the inscription. I will include my message to them in the inscription. And she starts writing something like busily in the notebook.
I'm gonna turn around to Breaker while she's writing. I'm like, I'll point out where the trap door is.
Oh.
She's like, there. If you would like to pass that on to the Misfits, son, everything they need to know will be in there, and I would greatly appreciate you conveying that to them for me. I am an admirer of theirs. Let's just let that be known. I'm sure they will understand what I have inferred in my my message to them there. But
Is it a contract?
a contract? No, it's not a
Okay.
contract. Not that kind of message. Right. If that is all, though, I really must insist that you leave.
Are
me.
you performing?
Well, I have to get ready. I have to finish doing my makeup. There is a wig to apply
Right.
and a ridiculous hat.
When will you be gone?
When will I be gone?
I mean, on stage.
Oh, in stage. I see what you mean. There within the next 10 minutes, but I must be in the wings before then. And I have some small rehearsal to do. Yes, please, if you could kindly to take your leave. It was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for the flowers. I despite them being disgusting, I appreciate the gesture. And like I say, do pass the message on to your friends, the Misfits.
Yeah. Remember to break all their legs.
Yes, I get what you mean. Yes, I will make sure to break all of the legs.
Yeah.
Yes, please enjoy the show. I assume you are here to watch the show as well.
Oh, I love watching people's legs get broken.
Very funny. Oh, you are a complete card.
What? I don't understand.
Right, no, please, I must usher you out. Now, please go.
Sorry,
And she gently shoos you out of the room, and then closes the door. Sif, have you made your way back to the rest of the gang outside?
I would assume so, yeah. So I go, I try to sneak outside and just give them a nod that we found it. We've got a trapdoor. I think that might be it.
Good work.
Can I look at the
First try as well.
message, by the way?
Could be.
Hang on, Bramble. So, what are you three doing now outside? Cat's got horns.
I like this.
Cat's got the horn!
Nice. Brilliant.
Now I'm in character.
Yeah.
Are
Are
you
you...
right as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
No.
Looks like a
Yeah.
good
I think
Okay,
I can
so
cut that off.
yeah, what I'm thinking is this is it, and no one seems to pay much mind to us because they're all busy preparing for this play. So you might as well. I think it should be starting soon. So all we have to do is break into this room after all the actors are gone, and we should be good.
They may be doing costume changes throughout the performance.
Well, all we have to do is get down this trapdoor hole, and then lock up behind us, and I'm sure we'll be fine. Because a creature
Just
powerful
wait
enough, a creature as powerful as a golden dragon will have other means of delivering us back out to the Lord.
Well, let's wait for the others
You
to come
hope.
back.
Okay, are you waiting out there for the others to join you, or are you attempting... Yeah, so Bramble...
I've probably been peering through the keyhole and kind of seeing a bit of
The activity.
going on.
Okay, so you two make it back out to the rest of the gang outside, like just down the steps. You're keeping the door open, I'm assuming.
I'll hang. I'm going to stay by the room.
You staying by the room?
Yeah.
You're just standing there?
Yeah.
Okay. So a moment later, she comes out. And she's like, "Oh, you're still here. You must take your seat. The performance will begin shortly. Now come on, shoot.
Okay.
And then she shoos you out, past the. She's like, if you go through the green room right at the end, you see that larger area right at the end of the corridor. Ignore the actors there. They're rehearsing. There is a door and some steps, and it goes directly into the auditorium. You may take your seat there.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So it's the first door before the green room, not the door in the green room. Down the steps, straight into the auditorium. You'll be able to take your seat there. Okay, my lovely. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye. No, come on, shoo. You would be in the way. And she shoos you down all the way down the corridor, and she's like, "There's the door," and she pushes you through it, and you're forced down these stairs, and you find yourself now in a smaller antechamber where there's a door on your right, which says stage on it, and then there's a door in front of you which says auditorium.
Is this just Cray Cray?
Just Cray Cray's been shooed out, so you're there. You guys are back out in at the steps leading into the backstage area. So Bramble, you wanted to examine the message before you do anything else.
I'm just gonna go back and read the message and hurry to Sif and the rest of the crew.
Okay, so the message basically says, other than a basic instruction to my dear Misfits, keep on creating chaos and keeping the forces of chaos at bay. Signed by Yalek Ilitsmar, and she says, those that harp we always wish to hear your lovely voices.
Those that harp?
Yeah.
She's a harper? Oh, shit! Interesting.
That rings a bell.
They're like the opposite of the Zentarim. The harpers, they keep everything in order.
They do, but they're also very, very neutral. Like, so they don't even like good powers becoming too powerful. So they're quite like
keep everything like in
balance.
Yeah.
They think nature is as important as urban growth, you know.
Yeah. So she's a
Okay.
harper. Interesting.
A lot of them are thespians, aren't they?
That's right. Yeah, a lot of them are. Jeez.
Performers of some kind.
Yeah, that's
remember?
right.
Yeah.
If I die, tell my wife I said hello.
Whoa, Pat, that was loud.
So close to his camera.
Pat, that was so loud.
It's alright.
You were the voice of God for a moment there.
So, you say
I was gonna whisper it too.
I'm in front of 2 doors with writing on them.
Yeah, one says stage. One says stage.
It doesn't matter because Cray can't read.
One says stage right, and the other one says auditorium. Yeah, so you're perplexed by these 2 doors. What are you doing?
They've been ushered, hasn't it?
What are you doing? Perception check.
I go through the one in front of me. I was rolling to see
Okay,
left or right.
so you push the door open, and you find there's an usher standing a short distance away from you. He turns to see you, and he's like, and you can still a play going on, and there's laughter from the crowd or whatever antics are going on there. And you can see a short distance away to your right, like the first row of seats with a few people seated in them. So you're in the auditorium, basically.
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh, where's the bathroom?
So, sorry, what was that?
Where are the restrooms?
The restrooms?
You know, where you relieve yourself. The hole.
Oh, the privy.
The shithole.
Privy. The theatre does not actually have a public privy. You will have to go out of the theatre, via the main entrance and exit. And there is a building. It's an outhouse on the left-hand side.
Okay.
That's where you can relieve yourself there.
I start backing up.
Shh, be quiet. Well, no, that's not the way to the privy.
Oh, it's all right. I know someone.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're with the cast, are you?
Yeah.
Friend and family. Oh, very good. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'll be quiet.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good.
So you can go back
Close
through
the
the door.
Oh my god.
How long has it been? How much time has elapsed since we've been here, roughly?
I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes, I don't know, something like that. Why?
Bugbear again?
Huh?
Oh no,
You're a
your
bugbear
disguise has worn off and
Did
you're...
I close the door?
Do a dexterity
Oh shit!
saving throw.
Dex saving throw.
What?
15.
Yeah, you get there in time. So as you close the door, yeah, well, you'll be aware, looking at your own arms and clawed hands, that they're now the familiar scaled pink limbs that you're used to seeing.
I'm beautiful again.
So, are you guys coming in? Like, you're seeing, you hear like a big cheer and applause emanate from like beyond the doors to your right hand side, like the right side of the corridor, and you hear this as well where you are. And after a few minutes, people start coming through the doors on the right and coming out through the door.
I'm gonna run back to the room that her room.
Okay.
I'll book it as fast as I can.
Well, do another dex check.
Oh god! Do I trust you, dice? 18.
18. So yeah, you make it back into the dressing room
Yeah.
before all the other doors from the stage, they're like stage exits, are flung open by the various cast and stagehands that are like flooding into the corridor to the dressing rooms to get changed. So you guys hear this commotion, you've heard the applause and what have you, and you're now seeing bodies coming out of the stage doors on the right hand side of the corridor into the dressing rooms on the opposite side of the corridor. What are you doing?
I'm guessing I know my spell has just worn off.
You probably
I'm trying
would,
to-
yeah.
I'm just gonna turn around to everyone like, oh god, he's pink again.
Oh god.
Let's hope he managed to get out.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna be like, walk back in and just.
Ezra's just going to start writing a quick note down, like on a loose piece of parchment.
Okay. So, are you stealthing back in, or are you just striding back through with the commotion from the outside?
I'm gonna just stride through the crowd. I'm gonna do the exact same thing because I'm just like, this worked the first time. Take my hat and my
Okay, so
coat off.
and over the stage, and he's like, "Excuse me, are you with the production? You can't just come waltzing in here out of the street. Do you mind? Where are your credentials? Who are you? Who are you with?"
I forgot what the actress's name is. But I say
Yaliek.
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 Dressing room 3. She asked for these.
Well, she's already in the green room, about to go on stage for the next performance. What are you talking about, man?
This is for when she's coming back.
What, a gift? What?
Yes.
A tatty old witch's hat? And what possible use would she have for that?
That's awfully rude for you to assume.
It's awfully rude for you to come strolling in here out of the street and expecting just to be let in. Do a deception check for me.
Deception.
With disadvantage.
Oh fuck.
So
This
Ezra's
is
seeing all
fine.
this commotion, isn't he?
Yes, you guys, if you're shortly behind him, like at the bottom of the steps, you're able to hear and witness this.
I got 13.
13.
Oh.
So sensing his rising suspicion, Ezra's going to cast sleep on him.
Oh right, so
Ooh.
do I need to do a wisdom saving throw for that? Or is it constitution?
I don't remember, hang on. I don't think you do, but I do need to roll a bunch of dice and get over the number of hit points he has, which I
Okay.
have no idea.
Well, yeah. Let's have a look.
But yeah, so I will cast it at a nice high level just to be safe. Oh god, it's proper maths this. So it's 3d8 plus 2d8 for each spell level above first. So fifth would be 4 spell levels above first. 8d8, 3d8, so it's 11d8.
Okay,
And it's
well,
going to take a while.
he has 4 hit points, so
He,
you can
he's
do this.
asleep.
So suddenly he's like, "Huh," and he's about to object further to Bramble's presence there, and he's like, "Huh," and he just collapses to the floor, and he's just snoring
Is there like
loudly.
a chair or something I can like prop him up on?
There's probably a chair somewhere in the corridor that you could prop him up onto. But there's
so-
like there's all sorts of bodies to and froing now.
Uh-oh.
And
I'm heading for that dressing room.
you're in there though, aren't you? You're already in there. You
Oh,
ran
yeah,
out
yeah,
and made
yeah,
it into
yeah,
the
yeah,
dressing room.
sorry.
So some of the others are like, oh my goodness, Levi has just collapsed. What happened? What happened, sir? And someone comes up to you, Bramble and Ezra. She's like, what, is he okay?
I believe so. He just mentioned feeling rather drowsy. Perhaps he drank something. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Best leave him for a moment.
This couldn't have
He'll
happened
come
at a
to his
worse
senses
time.
in good
We really rely on Levi.
That was me and Kayla we're going to try to sneak past this commotion to the room.
Okay, do a stealth
Right.
check. Yeah, you can do. Yeah, both of you
Wait.
do a stealth check.
I mean, I don't know. I'm asking Kayla if she wants to do that.
Yeah, you've relayed to me what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're witness.
I'm gonna do that then.
Okay, so that's a stealth check, is it?
Yep, please.
Yeah.
Oh, grab something. 1 sec.
15.
Yeah, you do it. How about you, Kayla?
19.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you guys easily like weave your way past these.
We're
these-
looking
these
busy.
people.
We're just going past carrying things. Looking busy.
Yeah, one of you's got a mop. Just like.
Ooh.
So Bramble and Ezra, though, you're currently like there's a commotion forming around you, like concerned.
I will use enthrall and start to capture all the attention of everyone in this group.
Okay, is that also a concentration spell?
I don't think sleep is a concentration
Is
spell.
it not?
Weirdly.
It's just a
Let me
instantaneous effect. Like, okay.
Yeah, but it only lasts for a minute.
All right. Okay.
So sleep is not a concentration, and I suspect enthrall might not be either. Let me check that.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, weirdly enthrall isn't either.
Okay, great. So yeah, you can go ahead and do that. So do I have to do a wisdom
so-
saving throw for that?
Yeah, you're supposed to do it for all of them.
I'll just do a group one. I'm just going to do a group
See how
one.
you do it. Yeah, sure.
So they fail. So
Okay, so they're all totally enraptured by what I have to say, and
Okay.
perceiving any other characters will be difficult
So-
for them. And I'll sort of usher for Bramble to kind of to slip away.
Okay.
I do my best to slip away.
So all of you do a stealth check then, if you like, because they just follow you, Ezra, as you're like walking backwards, like through the community and talking at them to keep their attention fixed upon you.
Yeah. Just saying, this isn't the first time I've seen the sort of sleep capture people. There's a very interesting side effect of particular magics that can result in almost instantaneous narcolepsy. Is it narcolepsy? Have I got that?
Yeah, that's right. Or somnambulism. Okay, Ezra and Bramble, please do a stealth check each for me.
So, I'm
with advantage.
I'm not trying to sneak away from anyone.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do a stealth check or do you want me to do a
No, you're
check?
fine. What did you get, Bramble?
15.
Yeah, you're good. It's not for the ones that you've enthralled, it's for the ones that aren't enthralled, that are toing and throwing back and forth. So yeah, can you just do that for me as well, please, Ezra? Sorry.
It's a natural 20, so...
Okay, yeah, you're both great. So
Holy
you all make it to dressing room number 3, where Cray is currently waiting inside for you to join him.
So have I slipped away from all of them?
Yeah.
Because I'm expecting that they're all looking... Oh, okay.
Oh, they're looking at you, but they're just kind of like fixed upon you as you're moving further and further away. Their heads turning like...
So I haven't actually slipped away from them yet.
Okay.
So as they're looking at me, I'll just then say, but you know the most interesting thing is something that man said to me, and I'll point towards the end of the corridor.
So their heads all as one just...
As all of their attention gazes, I'll use Dimension Door to teleport into the room.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right.
He's trying to be stylish.
Suddenly a rift in reality just manifests in the dressing room beside you, Cray, and Ezra steps out into it beside you.
And I'm eating them flowers.
I'm burning through my spells.
Yeah.
Let's hope I don't need them.
Okay, so we're now all in the room. So shall we try to like lift this? Can someone detect magic on this trapdoor? Because if this leads to like the golden dragon's lair, it could be magical in some way.
Yeah.
I have dispel magic. Oh no, I do have the.
I mean more like can any magic user like have a look at it to make sure it's not gonna like if there's not some magical way to open the entrance.
I can hit it with my axe.
I have got detect magic. We finally went through and filled in all the cantrips that I've not filled in. So I'll detect magic on the door then, just for any presence of magic.
Okay, so the trapdoor is has it's obviously it like a magical aura emanates out from its surface. So it would indicate to you.
Do we know what's
Yeah, it would indicate to you that this is probably locked magically in some way or another.
Okay.
It's locked. Is there a keyhole?
I think we need a magical.
Oh, we need a magic key thing, don't we?
I've got a magical key.
Did we work out what the key is?
I don't know. I've only got 2 things left on it though.
Well, no. Do you remember what were they saying about the key isn't necessarily
An actual physical key.
an actual physical key?
But
what
I've
was
got
the example that they gave? Do you remember?
They just said it could be something. I don't know, like a
Well, while I'm
possession.
casting detect magic, can I also sort of look around the room and see if there's anything else in the vicinity that seems to be
Yeah, you can do that.
magic? Yeah.
Some kind of arcana stuff.
This is where we have the wrong trapdoor.
It's just a random trapdoor.
That's what I've been thinking all like the last half hour. And it's really helpful.
So, what are you doing, Kayla? Are you doing a perception?
I'm just looking around.
So
while I'm casting this concentration, so while I'm still casting detect magic, Can I just scan?
So
look
do
around and scan?
a perception roll then.
Yep.
Is there a keyhole?
Well, you haven't moved the rug that covers
Oh,
it yet.
I'll pull the rug off anyway.
Oh, sorry, I thought we'd
Would've-
done that.
No.
I'll do an investigation, I guess. It's only a 10.
That was 14.
Okay, so nothing in the room other than what you would expect to see here as an actor's dressing room appears to correspond with unlocking a trapdoor. And there is no, as you lift it over, there is no visible keyhole on it. It's just like a slightly raised stone slab. Like
So when they are doing
trap-
this, I keep an eye out again, like the door. I keep the door closed but slightly ajar just to have a look around the corridor to make sure we're not gonna get.
Good idea.
All right. Yeah. So you're on lookout. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'm the lookout again.
But you know, Kayla, from your detect magic that this has got some sort of enchantment upon it. So this is
Yeah.
I'll hover my key over it. Like
nothing.
no lock appears.
Is there any?
I tap
is there
my
any
key on it,
Anything written on it?
There's nothing written on it. You tap your key on it.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
even though it's the skeleton key.
Even though it's a skeleton key.
Wasn't it supposed to be something really dear to you that allowed you to pass?
Yeah, something like that. Something really dear to you that allows you to pass.
Cray drops a piece of beef jerky on it.
Nothing happens.
Oh, thank God! And I eat it.
Okay.
Grabble puts his ledger, his.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Look, it's broken.
I'll get my axe out and I hit it once with my axe.
Roll an attack against the
Oh,
spectre.
Uh-oh.
No she said no casualties.
20.
20.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you hit it. Roll damage.
While this is happening, Ezra leaves his note in the dressing room.
10 damage.
Uh-oh.
So you put a crack in it, and with the
magic
blade of the axe, and it starts to split, but it doesn't cleave it in two. It just like it's like a surface crack. It's not like a deep.
Not
Yeah.
broken.
And then you hear a voice say, "It's not the path to the It's not the. Excuse me. It's not the door to the Vault of Dragons itself. It is merely a path to the vault. It has an arcane lock spell cast upon it, and it can be opened with a knock spell or similar magic that will do the trick. Or you could attempt to just lift it up, I believe."
Is that...
I look at Kayla.
Kayla, your voice has changed. What's going... What?
Oh,
That wasn't me.
excuse me. I'm still invisible. And then this small violet-coloured dragon with wings that resemble more like a butterfly's upon its back manifests itself, and it's sitting on one of those like the boxes in the corner near the vanity. And it's got its arms crossed over its front. It's got its front limbs crossed over itself, and it's got casually sort of poised there.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, we've not been smoking, you guys.
Are you okay with this?
Oh, I'm fine with it, providing you will give me a share of the gold once we make it to the Vault of Dragons.
We're not going for gold.
Oh, but I am.
Oh,
I need a
Good.
trove of my own, so that I can continue to donate to the various unfortunate Waterdeepians above. I like to give to those that can't help themselves, and I've currently ran out of resources and require more, and this would be the perfect opportunity for me to do so.
Very much like to insight that.
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, Aaron, I didn't see this with my true sight either.
Say again.
I didn't see this with true sight.
No.
Some
16 insight.
dragon magic.
As far as you can tell, this creature is being honest with you.
Then perhaps we can negotiate with the dragon a reasonable share that you might be able to distribute. I'm sure there's no need to deceive Orax, whatever his name was.
Orphanax?
That is a very good idea, and providing we can come to an agreement here now, I will help you gain entry to the vault and to speak with Oranax as well.
And his lips, the lips of this creature are not moving, even though it's gesturing with its head. When it speaks, you're hearing its voice in your mind.
Does
So
it
as
have
this-
to
as
be
this is
gold
happening,
from
I
this
just-
dragon?
As this is happening, I just turn around from the door, and I'm like, guys, the next interval is about to start. We gotta get a move on. Whatever you're gonna talk about it now. And I go back to the door.
What agreement did you
Does it
have in
have to
mind?
be?
We're rather pressed for time here.
Well, as I say, I would like a share of the gold from the hoard, and I'm sure between us we can convince Oranax that it is a worthy cause to give to of mine.
Does it have to be gold from Oranax?
Oh, it does have to be gold, yes.
From Oranax.
Well, not from Oranax, but from the vault's hoard, yes.
So I will try to persuade the dragon by saying, we will be happy to do our best, but you must understand we're not in a position to make any such promises. This is not our goal to give or take.
No, but you can help me persuade Oranax, perhaps.
And you have my word that we will persuade Oranax to part with gold for a worthy cause.
Oh, very
Try and
good.
persuade him of that.
Now, do any of you have the knock spell?
Yes. It's this key.
No, it isn't.
It has knock on it.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
Does it actually have a knock on
I'm
it?
afraid not.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought it was actually just a
No, it
skeleton key.
has the knock spell on it.
She's like, oh, well, in that case, I stand corrected. Please, go ahead.
I push the key on
and a
it.
hole manifests where the key
There it is.
touches it, and you can unlock. And the slab, you hear like mechanisms churning and grinding beneath your feet, and then the slab like elevates up, which is thicker and denser than you initially recognised it as being so, and then pops open on like some kind of like mechanical like lever, like
So there's only
and it
one tooth
rises.
left on this key now.
Oh wow! So you've used nearly all
I
of them.
think it only had 5. You know, when you got it from Mordenkainen's.
Yeah, so it's open, and you can see that there below this is a 30-foot deep shaft containing a wooden ladder leading down into the depths below.
That's a deep shaft.
That's what
He's got rope. We've got rope.
someone said.
There's a ladder. You said there was a ladder, right?
There's a ladder.
How wide's the hole?
The hole is probably like 10 by 10, you know,
Oh fuck!
but it's 30 feet down.
I'll go.
We should all go.
You slide down the deep darkness.
Cavern.
I do like it in the dark.
Shaft.
The shaft.
Penis. Ha!
I'll climb
That
down.
word is really funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna like Sif. We're in. Let's go.
All right, okay.
What is that?
And I make sure that no one. I give it one last look outside, close the door, and
18.
then go down and close the door, trap door behind me. I try to pull the rug as I close the door
Okay.
to make it look as if no one was like here, but that's gonna be difficult because the fucking trapdoor is now smashed in half.
Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to do that
But
unless you've got mage hand or something.
But the carpet will go over it, won't it? The carpet will conceal the chip.
I have mage hand, so I'm gonna
So,
use mage hand.
what was it you just rolled for?
Climbing.
Me.
Oh, it's a ladder.
I know, but
You don't have to. You can just go down the ladder. You don't have to do an
Okay.
ability
No,
check.
this is
it
very
might
nice.
have, it might have broken.
Franco just decides to fall down.
Boo!
Yeah, no, I mean, if you have... The thing is, Mike, explain to me, how are you going to close a trapdoor behind you and then pull a rug over it?
With like mage hand.
With mage hand.
Mm.
Oh,
Just floating hand.
Yeah,
floating
it's
hand.
a phantasmal floating hand.
I was thinking... Look, I am not a magic user like yourself.
So you do that, and you find yourselves at the bottom in a 20-foot
Just to
wide.
say, sorry, quick one in case you missed it. I left a note in the changing room.
Oh, what did you say?
Oh.
What did it say?
Something along the lines of the Misfits are grateful for your kind words. We would very much appreciate help in a matter of utmost urgency. WATERDEEP is in peril, and if any of your friends can aid assistance to the castle, to the city guard, their efforts would be much appreciated in the castle ward.
Yep.
Big brain. Big brain.
All right. Cool. That's great.
Nice.
Alright.
Good.
And if we get the harpers on board as well.
Okay. So.
Good idea.
Yeah. At the end of the ladder, you find yourself in a 20-foot wide stone passageway that slopes down into the distance. What are you going to do?
Go forward. Wait, has everyone got dark vision?
Yeah.
No, not me.
Okay.
I do
No.
have Kayla's.
There's always one.
Oh, you've got the.
I can turn my whole
I
light.
did. I have dark vision. That's
Yeah,
cool.
you let me borrow them last time. I think. Yeah, I gave them back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, aren't your horn lights pointing the wrong way? Because Flint forgot that your horns don't point
Yeah.
forwards; they point backwards. So.
It's fine. I'll just walk backwards. It's fine.
So Kayla's walking backwards down the corridor.
Do they only work when they're on your horns? Can't you like put them on
No,
your finger?
she can utter a command word and they.
Just put them on your finger and be
Yeah.
like, "Oh!" Just do the horns.
Yeah, are you doing that?
Yeah, sure. I'll do
Okay. So she takes off her magic
That
horn lamps
fucking metal.
and holds them out in front of her. What's your command word for these? What turns them on?
I've probably got it written somewhere, but all my notes are in Cambridge.
Oh shit.
As long as it's not cucumber.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's not cucumber. Have I
Can
got
I
it?
get another vegetable?
written in this?
Like, I don't know.
Kumquat.
I do have it written
I like how you
somewhere.
said aubergine and I said eggplant at the exact same time.
Kumquat, kumquat. Fallopian tubes.
Yeah, I can't find anything written.
Lumos!
It'll be something like... Yeah, Lumos.
There we go. It's done. So you make your way down this passageway, and it's quite a distance, like at least 100 feet before you reach its end, which is a broad, tall stone door with carvings, with multiple carvings set within its surface that have like carved into its surface.
Interesting.
And each one seems to represent like something. Like they're clearly symbolic, and obviously you will have to inspect them more closely
So,
to glean what these are.
Can Bravo inspect each symbol and what they represent?
Yes, sure you can. Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's 20 foot
There we
high.
go.
Sorry, it's
That was great.
Is that better, guys?
yeah. That's
Awesome.
perfect.
Ah, I'm blind!
So the doors are 20 foot high, 20 foot wide, and it's actually adamantine. Like it's a metal. It's
Holy
like
shit.
yeah, it's a very
That's
durable.
That exists?
Yeah, it does. Yes, it
This door
does.
means business.
Yeah, and it's covered in dwarvish runes as well as these symbols that have been
Interesting.
cast and then integrated into its surface. And it has no handles. There are no visible hinges, and obviously the runes are an inscription of some kind. Can any of you read dwarvish?
I have,
No in this card.
I can't read Dwarvish, but I do have comprehend. So,
Does that work on written languages?
yes, it does.
So are you casting that, Kayla?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
What does it say?
what does it say?
it says, "The 3 keys, bring them forth."
It says the 3 keys.
guys.
Bring them forth.
And then
Do we know the keys?
and
Shall
then
we ask our Pink Dragon friend?
Yeah, dragon friend.
Also, what did you
So-
say? Aaron's gonna say.
what did
Symbols.
what did you say, Bramble? Sorry, what did you ask?
Oh, I was just gonna say like the symbols.
Yeah. So the dragon says to, "Oh, the 3 keys will be personalized to your group, to those of you that require entry into the vault. And these symbols here represent one of the 3 keys, and you must identify which of them is relevant to you.
Oh.
You either already possess the keys upon your personages, or within your inventory, as it were, or you must go and find them to gain entry."
Oh,
So, Bramble, did you do an investigation check on
Yes.
the
I
symbols? Because that's what you did say you were going to do that, didn't you? Did
did.
you?
Yeah, it was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So,
I like that.
Clean, isn't it?
That's good.
so there appears to be one of the first one that you see seems to represent some form of metal ingot. It's like a bar of unsmelted metal. The next one seems to represent some form of humanoid construct of some kind. Like it's like a mechanical man. The next one is a very unhappy looking dwarven gentleman whose face is completely bald.
Oh.
No hair whatsoever. Really doesn't look happy about it. The next is a eye stalk of some kind. So it's like a stalk with an eyeball on the end of it.
Like a beholder's eye.
Possibly.
Oh my god.
The next is what appears to be like a scale. It could be a scale from a dragon or some other kind of reptilian creature, or it could be like a brasque from a pine cone. You can't quite tell. Another one is a cask of some like a beer cask.
Huh.
Another image represents incongruously an elven being who's raising a drink, sloshing it everywhere, and appears to be completely inebriated. They're just like, like the next is a pile of gemstones. There's about 10 of gemstones. The next is what appears to be an image of a monarch, a female monarch. She has a crown, and her regalia seems to represent that she is royal, and she is giving something to a serf who is accepting it. The next one is it represents the shape of a creature, but the creature's details are completely unrepresented. Like there's a blank space, and it's just kind of like it's like a silhouette, but it's not. It seems white. It doesn't seem black in how they've represented it, as if it's like a void, like
Right.
it's missing. The next one is a dwarf miner, like who with his helm and pickaxe and shovel and lantern. The next is a pair of ears, which have a familiar quality to them, but you don't quite know where you may have seen them before. It might require further investigation. There is an image of musical notes, with the lyrics, with like a couple of lyrics in dwarven runes, which say "your beardy face," and it's almost as if it's being sung. Like the notes represent a melody.
So a song.
There's a hand of what appears to be a dark-skinned creature, but very elegant, long fingers.
A drow?
Could be. There's an image of a of like a humanoid whose features appear to be completely like blank, like they're a blank canvas, and then there's like several stages of it as if it's transforming into something else and becomes a different person. So it's like stages of transformation until it acquires the form of a
Doppelganger.
human, possibly.
We know 2 doppelgangers.
There's a warhammer which has been polished so that it has a chromed quality to it, and then there's a sun which is beaming rays down out of its core towards the ground, and then there is a unicorn, and that's it. And that's the last image.
So, can anyone cast a radiant spell?
Jesus.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so you have a choice of 3.
Yeah,
You've got to pick 3 correct.
I can do guiding bolt, which is a flash of light that streaks towards a creature of my choice.
The light coming from Kayla's horns, is that radiant light? Is that the light spell?
I mean, I actually can cast the spell sunlight, which might be more.
Dude, that's
precisely
oh, of course you
what
can, because you did it when we were in the Colossus. Yeah, man, do that.
Yeah.
Direct that straight at that. These are the keys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the
Yeah.
That's what the dragon creature says. She says, "Yes, these will be the keys to enter."
obviously one of them was it a severed hand?
Can I do a religion check to see if any of those signs and if any of those runes have like theological meaning to them?
Yep, go ahead.
Good idea.
21.
Okay. None of them seem to be keyed specifically to any particular deity or theology. They are quite secular in how they're represented, and none of the runes indicate that they correspond to a deity of any kind.
Oh, Kayla, can I have the bit of paper
Religious puzzle.
No, not
Bit
religious.
of paper.
from the lady?
Oh, from the grey hand.
Yeah.
From the Open Lord.
The Open Lord.
Lair or Silverhand.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
And
Lara.
I'll tap that on the one with the queen on it.
Nothing happens.
She's not a monarch.
You
She's
know.
not royal.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'll just say, you may want to shield your eyes. It's going to get rather bright.
Yep.
And I'll cast daylight at the door.
So as you cast that spell, as soon as the light rays strike its surface, that particular like symbol within a cube of the door like sinks inwards, and you hear lots of satisfying clunking and clicking and grinding noises of mechanisms turning and activating within its interior.
What was the one? He said there was some ears.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have a look at the symbol of the ears?
Yeah, you can look at the ears.
Is it
While
investigation?
he's looking at the ears, I want to turn to Ezra and say, perhaps
15.
try singing a song with those lyrics in it. This is the musical notes with dwarven lyrics of your baby face.
Perhaps, although I feel that one's better suited for
Calamari.
Calamari. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a proper singer. I'm probably not much better than you guys. Probably am a bit, but it's not my profession, as it were.
The ears are bugbear ears.
So they look like my.
No, they look
more
like
hairy.
traditional bugbear ears.
Oh my god! I reach into my bag
Yeah.
and I pull out the bugbear skin
Yeah.
that I got from the skin
Oh.
thing. I put that on and I'll tap the ears on the
So
thing.
as you do that, it clunks and begins to recess into the surface of the door, and you hear more of the mechanisms clicking and whirring and churning
Man.
inside.
I knew it was a good idea to hold on to that skin.
Anyone else got any solutions?
Put that back in my bag. What was it?
Is that
stuff
hard?
again?
What were the first couple? I missed a few of the first
There's a
ones.
metal,
Metal
an
bar.
unsmelted bar of metal, a construct which resembles a mechanical man, a beardless dwarf who looks unhappy, an eye stalk, a scale, which could be a dragon scale, but it could also be like a brask from a pine cone of some kind, a cask of ale,
Oh, what
a
was
drunken elf, gemstones, like a pile of gemstones, a gift from a queen is what it looks like to you, a void space representing the shape of a creature, painting of a dwarf miner. There's the your beardy face notation and lyrics. A severed hand of a dark hand. What you think is a shape changer of some kind, like you said, it might be a doppelganger.
Yeah.
A silvered warhammer, and a unicorn.
You definitely not going to find a fucking unicorn.
I don't think it's a physical unicorn. It could be something else.
It's a severed drow hand, is what you said, wasn't it? A severed drow hand.
Do we have one of those in the bag of holding?
Unfortunately not, no.
No, but I think we might have a scale. I'm not sure if we have a scale. That.
What about when we went to that forest, that massive place?
Let me
We
check
picked
the.
a whole load of random
we
crap
did.
to kill us.
Let me
But I
check
don't-
the.
Also, didn't we also recently I think didn't we defeat when we were delivering the bugbear chair? There was that
Oh yeah.
snake or something down
Oh,
the basement.
in the basement, yeah. Let me just check the ill-gotten gains spreadsheet.
Okay.
Is it worth you sharing your screen, Craig?
Aaron, when everyone's
It's on my tablet.
like talking about this, can Seth just take out a knife, cut a little lock of his hair, and put it on the unhappy dwarf room?
You can try that, yeah. Unfortunately, it does nothing.
I would want to try.
What about when
was
you
worth
lost
a
your
try, though.
hair with
your character friend?
yeah, your previous character, but
I guess that would worry if he was with us.
yeah.
That guy drank himself.
I mean,
full.
we've got.
He did.
There's also a pile of gemstones. We have, I'm pretty sure, plenty of gemstones in the.
We have a
bag of
ton,
holding.
yeah.
You have Khan as well, which is I guess more of a bone
No.
structure than a mechanical.
Khan's
We don't have it
stolen,
right now.
yeah.
Khan is
Oh,
missing.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. Let me just send this link on Messenger, guys.
I mean, just throw a couple of gems at it then, if you've got them in the bag of holding.
I just threw a link to the ill-gotten gains inventory on Messenger. So
Yeah, I still got this. It's
No,
just
pay for it.
I think this is the updated
Ooh, we have a
version.
magic acorn.
Oh, yeah. With
That could be the scales, maybe?
Yeah.
what was her name?
It's already a scale. But
Brunhilde.
We could just take out all of the items in this satchel and
Throw
just tap
them
them
in
on the
the
door
door.
one by one. Yeah.
Just throw the whole bag at the door.
I can assure you that will not work. Like, so don't waste your time doing that. It's specific. It's got to be specific.
There's a mummified finger. I take that
I'm gonna
out.
tap it on the right thing.
Tap
as well,
it on the
I think.
drow
Yeah.
thing. No.
No. Is it a drow's finger?
I don't know. It just says mummified finger.
No. Didn't work.
Damn it.
Oh, are we gonna try the magic acorn?
Oh, I could
What, are you
try.
gonna try it on the scale?
Yeah, that looks like a
That's
scale.
okay, yeah, give it a go.
Where is it? It's Grunhilde's one. That's one of mine things, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Brutilda, that's it. Okay, I'll tap the magic acorn on the.
Nothing happens.
Right. Bugger.
Can I? So I did my three-legged horse figure vanish as well, or did I still have that? I can't remember.
That was you look for that, and you didn't know this until now, but it's missing.
It's
Oh.
okay. That's another thing that's missing, guys.
Hold on, we got two.
Oh shit, guys, we have a manual of Golem.
Oh,
That's like a mechanical man.
yeah. Does that make
Wait,
it go?
hold on. So we got
We
two
still
of
have
those.
it.
So maybe our dragon friend can do the third one, since he's here for the same purpose.
Perhaps. Do you ask him that?
Yeah, that's roughly what I said.
Which one, sorry?
I will attempt to help, but I'm not sure how I can. And really, I am not part of your group. It is keyed to you as people, as a party. I'm merely tagging along.
Why has it not affected you, seeing as you're in the vicinity?
Because I am tagging along. I'm not part of the party.
Is the hammer
Okay.
of thunderbolts? Is the hammer of thunderbolts silver?
I don't think it's.
Ezra's going to reach in and grab the manual of Golems
Is it misspelled?
Yeah, Manuel.
Manuel. Nice.
The Manuel.
Manuel of Golems.
Manuel of Golems.
And I'm going to tap it on the mechanical man. Was that the second one or the third one? Second one.
It was the third one, right? Yeah.
Nothing happens.
I thought that one was for sure.
Potion of
Manuel. Manuel,
Do we need to summon a golem?
You shall heal from Manuel again.
I think we need to make a golem or something. Can anyone turn themselves invisible?
We have some potions of invisibility.
There's a potion of invisibility. Maybe the silhouette thing is like because it's like negative space.
Interesting.
Maybe.
Detail this creature what I've written down.
Because we've got a potion of invisibility.
I can cast invisibility.
Oh, of course you can. Yeah.
I'm just a walking book of random utility spells.
Yeah, Craig just goes into the bag of holding and tries to pull out the hammer of thunderbolts.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about the new painting.
Yeah. Is it just like...
Yeah, so you pull out the hammer of thunderbolts.
Well, I won't be able to pull it all out because it's too strong.
Oh.
I'd be able to look at it, but...
Oh, well, it's not silver.
No, okay. Well, it needs a belt. I've got the belt as well.
It's not silvered either, it's just, like,
Meow.
iron.
Yeah.
Lewd painting?
Do you not remember that? It was the Hotes.
No, I mean,
You
but
could-
isn't that spelled E-W?
Yes. Have they spelt it L-U-D-E?
It's unfortunately
Yeah,
Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly typed a lot of these.
Lude!
Yeah. So you mean lewd as in...
Where does it
Rude.
say that?
Yeah.
It's a naked lady. It's a naked
bit-
lady painting.
Okay. It's
But for the person attuned to it, you can see through the eyes of it. So you could like leave it somewhere.
Where does it even
and
say that?
die.
Although I could have typed that
Yeah,
one out.
just-
I've never seen that one spelled up it. Might as well just put an N there, just at the L. Okay.
It's not
We have
correctly spelled.
L the elemental I. Is that an ice spell?
No,
Right.
that's the symbol of the Elder Elemental Eye, isn't it? Isn't that like some form of like crest or insignia you stole? I don't know. It's too long ago.
Yeah.
It's from one of the fights.
So try something. That's all I'm going to say. Just
Every single book in this
We have an ear in fluid. Why do we have an ear in fluid?
That orc wizard we killed. He had a bag full of shit, and we just stole everything. So half of this stuff. Yeah.
I'm gonna try taking a ruby, a citrine, and a jasper out of the bag, and all
Okay.
the gemstone.
Good shout.
okay. What's their total value?
Ooh, I don't know.
Is
How
that
much
the
is
value
it?
should be written down? Hopefully, I'm hoping.
This is. Well, these are in my.
Then your
I think-
personal.
I think I should have written it on this. I think they were.
Do you want to know what they're worth?
I can have a look. I don't know if
We can give up those precious gemstones or this ear in fluid.
Ear and fluid.
A ruby. Jesus Christ! Is it a ruby gemstone? That's worth 5,000 gold.
It just says ruby.
A common gemstone of a ruby is worth 5,000 gold pieces. We've got tons of this shit.
We need. I feel like once we get to a bit of a rest/reset,
Oh
we
my
should
god!
probably sort through our inventory.
Jesus Christ!
So are
Happy
you're
episode.
offering. So what's the value of those gemstones that
Don't do
you're?
it! Don't do it!
She's at
Actually
citrine, a
grabs the
ruby,
ear
and
fluid
a what?
presses it
Cat?
against the ear.
What was it, Kayla? Citrine, a ruby, and a what?
A jasper.
A jasper.
I'm trying to find it.
Jasper's only worth 50 gold pieces.
Citrine is also 50. So citrine's 50, jasper's 50.
A ruby's worth 5,000.
Okay.
So as you offer those gemstones up to the to that symbol, they are sucked into the engraving and take the place of some of the gemstones that were there, and then it sinks into the wall, like clinking, and clacking and whirring, and then the door begins to open.
Have I got any gems?
Oh, I've only got 1,000 here.
So the doors actually part, swinging inwards. Sorry, not swinging. They part, sliding into a recess in the door. And yeah, you basically are looking into a vast chamber that lays beyond.
Wait, it opened?
Yeah, open the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
And there are
You did it.
there are
Could have
three.
used the ear.
Oh, Quaker already used his.
Fine.
So there's like a row of three 20-foot wide, age-worn columns, about maybe 40 feet away from you.
Okay.
As you stand in the threshold of the entrance where the doors are.
This is a pretty massive hallway.
Yeah, it's huge, and they're basically supporting crumbling stone bridges that are situated 60 feet above you, with the ceiling being like at least another 20 feet above those.
Bloody hell.
And set into the alcoves are 12 sets of double doors, like that look to be made of some dark metal, like they could be iron. And each door is 10 feet wide, 10 feet high, and they're embossed with images that you can't quite make out from this distance, so they would require closer inspection.
Is there anything on the floor? Any patterning or something, or corpses?
You hear the crunching of bones underfoot.
What could it be?
You told them.
No.
I'm probably going to have to head soon.
Yeah, I was just going to say, other than the rubble that's lying like beside the pillars and around the edges of the walls, the floor just looks like stone flagstones, sorry, that are, you know, like covered in dust and dirt.
Okay.
And that's it. Should we pause there?
Can
and
do, yeah.
Resume.
I think we did
Probably a
a
good space to
pretty good sesh.
I think we had a really good actual role-playing session.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm very
Good
proud
work,
of you.
everyone.
Team, go team!
It needs just hacking our way through those defense lists.
We haven't killed anything. We haven't, like, there was only one time we used our weapons. It was great.
I
I'm
like.
gonna fill this in with stuff that I forgot.
I also considered like
Something
doing
good.
a fake fire and just telling everyone to run out, but then they would have
Yeah.
had to cancel the play, and
I was gonna do.
that's not right.
That would be a disaster.
If your spell wasn't gonna work, I was either gonna do my illusion to make a sound or a scream from like another locker room, or I was gonna do Tasha's hideous laughter and just make everyone just laugh. I thought I could just play it.
That would have worked too.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. You just jump in. Like, I worry sometimes if I'm.
No, I feel like I'm one of the people where I just go with the flow, and then I'm like, I should not have said that. I don't plan ahead with this
That's
stuff.
part of the fun, though, isn't it?
I don't plan ahead with this stuff. I just like answer Aaron's, like I rebuttal whatever Aaron says, and I don't expect what to come next. And I'm like, oh fuck. I don't think that far ahead.
I'm beholden to my character. I'm like, what would Cray Cray do? Something really stupid. Oh
That's
well.
why I thought it was quite fun that we put you in the position where you had to be like, all either sneaky
Suave.
or diplomatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see like Craig try to do like persuasion rolls to like actually flirt with someone.
Yeah. That was,
That would happen.
He'd end up just eating
That's
her
not where I was
head.
going.
He'd have just bitten her head off. Oh, whoops. This is how humans do it.
Okay, so should we?
Eyes, they are as red as the blood of my enemies.
She's all chewy.
Love me.
Soft gooey centre.
So should we park it there and resume next session?
sounds
Yeah?
good.
Okay,
Yeah,
so for anybody that's listening, thank you for enduring our nonsense. We will be back next Wednesday at 8ish usual time, hopefully. I've got stuff on the DMs Guild you can buy if you're feeling generous. There's the Feywild set adventure, The Fox and the Fae. I have a festive winter-themed adventure called Craftmas with Gremlins, which is set on the plane of law, and it's about chaotic creatures causing mayhem.
Avoid the mayhem.
In the Craft Father's workshop. And then there's my adventure, The Crimson Well, which is part of the Blood Ties anthology, which features another 12 adventures that are all superb blood-themed and varied and diverse. So that's also worth researching. So they're all available on the DMs Guild at a reasonable price. Please support creators as well as me, because during this difficult time, not many of us are making any money. So every little bit helps if you can afford to. So until next time. Be safe, be healthy, be kind, be creative, and play Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm going to play our outro theme now for everybody's enjoyment. So here we go. Are you ready? Brace yourselves.
Purposes.
Here it comes.